So, very good morning to all of you. Um, we are going to start our another topic of the third unit. That what I said. No, we will see today intensity slicing and bit plane slicing, and then we'll start with the histogram. Okay, that is what the overview of today's lecture. So let's start with that. My laptop was having auto update, and due to that reason, I have joined so late. That's it. I'm going to share my screen. Just wait a minute. Is my screen is visible to you guys? Please let me know.
No, ma'am, not yet.
Not yet, okay. I'm trying to share it. Let's wait for a minute. Once it is visible, please let me know. I'm facing some connection issue today. It's not working well. Not yet visible, Steve?
No, ma'am.
Okay, okay. Fine. Now I hope my screen would be visible soon.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, fine. So let's start with our session. What we have done into our previous session is we have seen all about the enhancement techniques, right? That how we can enhance any of the image. For that, we have seen intensity transformation function, if you remember, right? In that, three things we have seen. Which three things we have seen? Do you remember that? One is, yes, log transformation. Then, yes, anyone? Log transformation. Then the power law transformation and negative. Yes, identity, negative. Yes, great. Good. So that is what we have seen. After that, we have seen one of the piecewise linear transformation, that is contrast stretching, right? This is what we have seen. And we were on this topic, intensity level slicing or gray level slicing. Now see, many of the times what will happen, it is not necessary that you need to stretch your each and every pixels, right? You are having some range that between this two, this only I need to stretch it something to something, right? So this is the example of that gray level slicing. You can see the figure. Here is my A, here is my B. They are my levels. Suppose 50 to 75. In between this, if the color is this, like because 50 is again the shade 51, 52 till 75. Then I want to transform it into another color, right? So I'm just stretching that particular band only, though image could have the other pixel values also, but I'm not changing that. I'm just changing the particular values only. Okay, so see, suppose here we are having some of the colors, right? That will be as it is here, right? And you are stretching, you are doing this thing, slicing. How to do it, I'm explaining you. See, highlighting a specific range of gray levels in an image. This is what the image of bridge, where there is one of the car is here on bridge. Okay, but it's not so clear. It is not so clear. So what we are doing is we are doing this intensity slicing where all the other colors will remain as it is. But if this particular color intensity is there, then we are going to change it, right? Display the high value of all the gray levels in the range of interest and low value of all the other gray levels. High value of all gray levels in the range of interest, and it will lower the value of other gray levels. We are actually doing what? Other things will be much darker, right? And the another thing where we are having interest, where we are interested, that part would be highlighted. Second option, another part you are not changing at all, and wherever you are interested, that you are brightening. Fine, this is only the thing. So that example will be here. Yeah. So first one is the transformation highlights range A to B of gray level and reduce all the others to a contrast level. Have you seen this? The very first example. What you have done, you have not changed the other part. Have you seen that? It is just a line. See, you haven't changed anything till this to this intensity. You haven't changed this to this B to L minus 1, but you have highlighted where you are interested. So that part is only highlighted. Means you have brightened those values. You have brightened those values. And the other values are as it is, whatever it is. And in the second part, what you are doing is where you are interested, that part only brightened, as well as you have making the darken to the other levels. See, B is what? Here the transformation highlights the range A to B but preserves all the other levels. Maybe I said something reverse. Okay. Let me do that. Now maybe you can see it. Just a minute, huh? Online people. I hope I'm audible and my screen is visible to you guys. Again, I'm asking, huh? Because I don't trust on my network today. Yeah. Okay. So here, now, okay. See, here what we have done, we haven't changed anything, but here we have done what? We have made the other levels down. We have made the other gray levels down very dark around to 0 to some value, right? So they would be the dark pixels, right? They would be the dark pixels. So we have suppressed the other levels and we have brightened the other levels. And into the other, we have brightened the levels, but we are not changing any other values, right? This is what we have discussed. I hope there is no doubt in this. Highlighting a specific range of intensity in an image often is of interest. This process is called intensity level slicing. One approach is to display one value, example white, in the range of interest, and the another, that is black, with the all other intensities, right? Here the figure A that will produce a binary image, and the figure B that brighten or darken the desired range of intensity, but levels, all the other intensity levels in the images are unchanged. So we have brightened something, but other intensity levels are the untouched, right? But in some of the things we are just making it everything like dark and bright, so it would be what? Black and white image, right? No, because where we are not interested, that thing we will keep it as black, and where we are interested, that we will make it as the white or some bright colors, very light gray or white color, right? Then bit plane slicing. See, this thing is the most important thing when you will be having a data storage problem, or where you want to do the data compression to store your image. At that time you are using this bit plane slicing, because if we will simply cut this slice by slice your whole image, your suppose you have 2 raised to 8 bits, right? So at very zeroth level, you don't have much information. You just imagine here is 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2, 2 raised to 3. So a very first level, no, it is having 2 raised to 0 means around 2 bits. Then 2 raised to 2 means 4 bits. Then 2 raised to 3. So when you will go up, no, you will be having more information. Say yes or no, right? So many of the times all the informations are not required to store due to some storage problem, right? Or due to that data compression. So your most significant bit is actually having all the necessary information of the image. That what you can say. So see, this is what the bit plane representation of your 8-bit image. This is your bit plane 0, which is least significant bit, and here bit plane 7, that is most significant bit, right? So you can see these levels, and you can directly see this example. Then we will see the theory. See, this is the 8-bit plane of an image. The number at the bottom, this is your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So 7th number level is containing very high information, almost all the information. So you can say 6 and 7, they both are having all the details, right? All the other bits are having very less details, especially the 0th, right? So 6th and 7th, they both are containing major details of your image. So the number at here the bottom right of each image identifies the bit plane. So this is your bit plane 7, then 6, this is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Okay. Yeah. Again here, highlighting the contribution made to total image appearance by the specific bits. Suppose each pixel is represented by 8 bits. Okay, each and every pixel is represented by 8 bits. Higher order bits that contain the majority of your visually significant data. Visually significant data. Suppose the background colors or something like that, maybe that is contained by your least significant bits. But the total visual details onto your image, that would be stored into your most significant bits generally. So useful for analyzing the relative importance played by each bit of the image. In detail, the pixels are digital numbers composed of bits. For example, intensity of each pixel is 256 level. Grayscale image is composed of 8 bits. Instead of highlighting intensity level ranges, we could highlight the contribution made to the total image appearance by the specific bits. So here in the figure, plane 1, which is containing the lowest order bits of all your image, and the plane 8, that is all the highest order bits. Into this example, you can observe that the last 2 planes, they are containing the significant amount of the visually significant data, right? And the lower order planes that contribute to the lower order plane that contribute to more subtle intensity details in the image. So 0th bit of your first pixel, 0th bit of your second pixel, 0th bit of your third pixel, and you can imagine your 500 cross 500 image. I hope you are getting few of the things, right? So your most significant bit is actually containing, I mean, two most significant bits means 6 and 7. They are containing the most of the data, right? Because it is able to store that data. Because we are considering a 2 raised to 0, 2 raised to 1, 2 raised to 2. So according to that, if it is 2 raised to 6 and 2 raised to 7, they are only the one who can hold the more things, right? So binary image of your 8th bit plane can be obtained by just the thresholding function that map all the intensity between 0 to 127, that is to 0, and 127 to 255, they all will be mapped to 1. So this is how you will get what? Binary image, right? That is the black and white image. Decomposing of an image into its bit plane is useful for analyzing the relative importance of each bit in the image for determining the number of bits used to quantize the image. You know, na quantization, sampling in the quantization, right? So how we are doing this quantization, we are mapping the intensity value as the digital one, right? And your sampling means what? You are locating your x and y, right? So this type of decomposition is also used for image compression. That what I said, no? When I want to just compress my image, I can ignore the lower bits, but I cannot compress the most significant bits. Right? So this is what your bit plane slicing. I hope you guys have no doubt in this. Yes, everyone. Yes, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Then here, histogram processing. See, what is actually the histogram that you have seen, right? Number of pixels is on which gray level, that what you have seen, right? That is known as histogram. And now you want to process your histogram, that is histogram processing. So histogram of a digital image with gray levels in the range 0 to L minus 1 is a discrete function. So here this h of rk equals to nk. This nk means what? Number of pixels on that particular gray level, whether it is your R0, R1, R2, R255, right? On the first level, suppose I am having so many black color pixels. So what it means, h of R0 equals to 55, suppose. So 55 number of pixels are there who is having intensity 0. Simple. Where this RK is the kth gray level, right? 0th level, first level, second level, up to 255. Suppose if it is 8-bit image. Then NK is the number of pixels in the image having that gray level, number of pixels, NK is. And H of RK, that is histogram of digital image with these gray levels. Okay. So it is showing you that kind of histogram where you are having a value from 0 to 255 and the different pixels are there. We will see another histogram if you wish. Any other image, any of the image, and we will see the histogram of it. So I'm opening this Octave. Yeah. So I'll import, I have imported few files here. Suppose this is image bw.image, that what we have seen, no, that chessboard image. You remember that? So we will see the histogram of it. Suppose what I need to write, im hist of, for that first I need to read the image. So I is equals to im read, and I'm reading here image bw dot jpg, right? Now I'm writing here im hist of I. Right? So this is what the histogram is for this image. They are showing you the different levels. Can you see this? It would be, I mean, more number of levels they have described, right? But it is 0 to 255 only. Again, it is your 8-bit image. Okay. So here, this all are the number of pixels. So you can check here on the 0th level. I mean, the black color pixels are more than 400. Left hand side, this one is your number of pixels. Okay, number of pixels. So here 0 to this 400, here also 1, 2, 3, so many gray levels are there. In between somewhere there are no pixels also. You can check. Very less number of around 2 to 3 pixels, right? In that way. So this is what another histogram. You can check here the histogram of any of the image. But here one good thing is about this is what all the this thing is using the wide span, a whole range they are using between 0 to 255. It is not like our another image that no pout.tif where it was using only the narrow span like this, and then we have distributed all our pixels among this all the grayscale range, if you remember, right? Say yes or no. Yes, everyone. What means there is no pixel in histogram? It means that that intensity value, no pixel is containing. Simple, no? If I'm having different intensity values from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and till to 55, at some of the range we don't have any of the pixel, means 0 pixel, it means that that intensity value is not there. Simple. Yes, Ashish? Are you getting?
No, ma'am.
Oh, see, every pixel, that what I said, no, that represents some intensity value. Okay, so that you know. Now suppose this is your graph, right? This is what your graph is. Here you are having the levels. Maybe you are having zeroth color. Zero color means what? That is black color. Here it is 255. That is again another color. Then intensity 1, again another color which is somehow lighter than that black, right? No, then dark gray, dark gray, dark gray, and then we are going towards the 255, means pure white color. So if you have here few number of pixels on one intensity level, less number of pixel on one intensity level, or like this, so if wherever you are not having any number of pixel for that particular intensity, it means they are not using that color. If you are having a pure white color image, what should be your histogram look like? Your all number of pixels would be at 255. Say yes or no. It's very simple,
Yes. Yeah, ma'am.
right?
Got it. Yes, ma'am.
Got it, no? Yeah.
Yes.
And if it is a black colored image, then your all the pixels, whatever 500 cross 500 pixels are there, they 500 pixels are on the zeroth level. All the pixels 500 cross 500 pixels. Yes. Sorry? What is the pixel? It is just a single dot. You can imagine, or into the vector, you can imagine that one value. I'll finish this session first. Fine. So I hope it is very clear, Ashish. And fine. So let me check what else we can at least finish the slide. So normalized histogram is what? See, this all the topics we will see in detail. Yeah, what is the histogram and so, right? What is histogram equalization? But here, whatever I have written into this blue box, that is just to remember kind of things, right? That you know. So normalized histogram means I have used that no histogram EQ function, hist EQ. So I'm dividing all my pixels among all the intensities. That what I did, no, and that is why I was getting the better results. You have seen that, right? So normalized histogram, that is P of Rk is equals to Nk divided by N, or you can say P of Rk equals to Nk divided by Mn. Mn means your total number of rows into total number of columns. You are dividing it with total number of pixels, that how many pixels you are having on that particular intensity. Suppose 5 only, so 5 divided by 500 cross 500, right? So this is how they are doing this normalizing. So here this n, here this n or this mn, they are the total number of pixels in the image, and this n equals to m into n. This m is number of rows, this is number of columns, right? How we are doing it, that we will see. Okay. Fine, so that's all for today. You can write your enrollment numbers here, and we are about to finish the session, end the session. Fine. If anybody is remain to write their number, please write it down. Shekhar, Sudarshan, Regina, please write down your numbers if it is the remaining one. Fine, we are going to end this session. Please, if you have not written yet your number, please write it down. Regina, Sudarshan, please write down your numbers.